Hi guys, welcome to my channel. My name's Charis. How's it going? Today we are continuing our deep dive into the band Disturbed, but today I am going to be doing something a little bit different. I am reacting to an interview with David talking about himself and his life. I haven't seen it. We're gonna watch it together right now. So if you guys already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell so you get a notification every single time I post new reaction videos. I post new reactions every single Friday, whatever the frack I want to on Wednesdays. So don't be a Peter and watch all the videos and don't subscribe because that would suck of you. All right, let's get into it. This video is like 13 minutes long, so I feel like we should do it quickly. Fest. All right.
Hey, what's up? This is David Draiman from Disturbed. You're watching Loudwire.
Fact or fiction?
Wow. It's Wikipedia
me.
Fact or Fiction time
It's me.
with Disturbed and Devices. David Draiman, thank you so much for coming.
My pleasure.
You've really been like one of the people who's been like helping us and following us ever since we launched the site. So I want to thank you for that first of all. Super appreciative. Welcome, and we're gonna maybe help you by clearing some facts on your Wikipedia
Ooh, I like
pages.
that watch. Y'all, I'm a watch person now. I've been watching all these videos of like these watches. I don't know, like just like people selling Rolexes and Pepsi and Coke and the Hulk and like I don't know what's happening to me, but I am a watch girl now. Anyway, that's a nice watch.
Disturbed Wikipedia pages. So let's see what's right and what's wrong.
Okay.
Okay. So it says that you were born.
That did happen, yes.
Cool. March 13th, 1973 in Brooklyn, New York, to Miriam and Yehuda Draiman. True. Okay.
That's a good job.
It says that your father is a mechanical engineer.
No.
Okay.
My father is not a mechanical engineer.
Well,
False.
there's quite an impressive resume here, if it's true. It also said healthcare administrator.
He was.
Okay, small town, it's not small town, small business owner.
True.
And is completing a PhD in energy conservation.
That's news to me.
Okay, and
Okay.
he's also a candidate for the mayor of Los Angeles for the 2017 elections.
Yeah, we all try to do crazy things every now and then.
It's like that.
Okay.
I love him.
Yes.
God bless him. I think it's nuts, but
Really?
yeah.
Think he's got a good chance?
Nope.
No.
Not a snowball's chance in hell.
But still, like, I think a good rap sheet, so to speak. Growing up with a dad who's very ambitious and also very accomplished in many ways, was that kind of inspiration for you to
But he wasn't a mechanical engineer.
kind of have a big impact in your own way?
That's a little sticky. Because... Oh, let's see. Let me try and find the vanilla way of putting this.
Okay.
The rug of success got swept out from underneath my father when I was 12 years old and he went away to prison.
Oh.
That was not on Wikipedia.
No, and that's okay. I mean, he got stuck in a situation with some business partners of his that did a whole bunch of shady stuff and left it in his lap, some mail fraud and some insurance fraud, and so...
Oh.
Yeah, coming back from that was a very difficult thing for the family, and so we struggled for a good many years. So as opposed to that, don't get me wrong, as a kid, seeing my father succeed at certain things, which he did. He had this this company called Electro Video Marketing. He was one of the guys that started one of the first chains of videotape rental stores in Chicago called Doc Edison Video back in the day. Remember when there was VCRs and videotapes?
He started
Yeah.
Netflix, is basically.
Memories.
So, those sorts of things and his drive to succeed certainly were inspirational, but it's not like I have this tremendous success thing to look back at that's been something for me to, mold my life after. So it's not entirely accurate.
Okay. Do you mind if I ask how long he was locked up for?
2.5 years.
Oh, wow.
So a pretty significant period of time during like your formative
Yeah.
years. It says during your freshman year at Wisconsin Institute for Torah Study, you were requested to leave.
That's true.
Really? Why was that?
Well, the straw that ended up breaking the camel's back was they found a copy of GQ under my pillow. Not Playboy, not God knows what, it was GQ. The school was so strict that even a newspaper that had a lingerie advertisement in it, we weren't allowed to have.
Okay.
So anything that had any scantily clad women in it of any
Period.
kind,
Yeah.
or talked about sexual issues or anything like that, you couldn't have. But that's not the real reason they threw me out or asked me not to come back. That was just the one that they pinned it on. That was the only one they could prove.
Okay.
There was a bunch of other things.
We need to know what issue of GQ it was, David. I request, I demand.
That were far more serious than that. Well, I mean, it kind of all depends on how you look at it. But, I mean, I suppose chucking a kid out of a second-story window is probably not very good, or setting fire to and blowing up the rabbi's van is probably not so good either.
I wouldn't think that.
So those aren't on the Wiki page, which I'm actually kind of happy about. But yes, they did ask me to leave because I was a little bit rebellious.
You know, after I almost killed the rabbi, they did in fact ask me to leave.
Yeah. Second story window?
Well,
did he hit the ground?
Yeah, he did, and actually we narrowly avoided a lawsuit from the family. The thing is that I was in the weight room and training, and he was a senior, I was a freshman, and I was lifting more than he was, and he wasn't happy about it, and he threw a 25-pound plate at me.
Oh, jeez. All right,
and it smacked me in the chest and knocked the wind out of me, and I got up, and his back was turned to me, and I ran up to him and pushed him out the window. So.
Ooh.
Don't turn your back to me after you hit me.
No. Oh my God.
I'm just like, he's just such a calm man. Throwing people outside of windows.
Injuries on his
Yeah,
part?
he broke a few things.
I imagine.
Ugh. All right, so there you go. That's why it's not the GQ. It's really not the GQ. It says that when you were 16, that your girlfriend at the time took her own life.
Unfortunately true.
That's I'm sorry to hear about that. And
that's what Inside the Fire is written about.
Wow! It's like I timed this. It's like I had any inkling of anything. Wow, incredible.
Yes, and when you're that young, I mean, I couldn't imagine being able to actually even just comprehend what that would be like.
A lot of therapy later, bro.
What did you say? You said
Absolutely,
13?
It was not easy. You blame yourself for stuff like that, and you judge yourself, and it wasn't an easy thing. I went through a very, very dark period of my life at that point. That I was already at that point in my life an addict.
Were you?
Oh,
Yeah,
wow.
well, you can probably still see a couple little puck.
Not so much.
No, well, it's a long time. It's since
yeah,
18
it's a long
years
time
old,
ago.
but it was her that started me on it. And after she left this world, by overdosing on that very same thing, I went into a horrible downward spiral for a number of years. It was actually on my 18th birthday that I, well, not my 18th birthday, but in my 18th year of life on this earth, it was New Year's Eve that I woke up, or New Year's Day, I woke up underneath a 72 Cutlass on Belmont in Sheffield in Chicago. I'll never forget, freezing to death. Just my jeans, no shirt, no shoes, no wallet. You know, not knowing what the hell happened to me, how I got there.
Oh, wow.
Woke up freezing, and thankfully had a friend that lived a block and a half away, stumbled over there, knocked on the door, and collapsed for 3 days. My parents called the cops, and everybody was out looking for me, and that was my moment of clarity.
Wow.
That was maybe rock bottom.
About as low as it got. And that was when I spent the next 3 months being very sick. And my parents didn't realize that that sickness was actually withdrawal.
Yeah. Right.
And I haven't touched it since.
It says that you graduated college with a Bachelor of Arts in Political Science and Government Philosophy and Business Administration.
Well, not government philosophy, just philosophy. Yeah.
Government, philosophy. Okay, cool.
Oh, wow.
then it said initially you considered taking up offers to matriculate and study at law school. You realized that although criminal defense law was the only area of law that you were interested in at the time, you couldn't look yourself in the mirror and say that you're going to lie for a living and protect criminals.
Correct.
That's all true. Okay.
I actually got into 6 or 7 different law schools. I had already taken my LSAT. I was ready to go, and I just couldn't do it.
Wow, so that's some serious dedication to actually take the LSAT and like a lot of
Yeah,
study.
well, you know, I had geared my entire, my collegiate education was all pre-law. You know, I mean, essentially, and coming from years and years and years of Talmudic study, Jewish law, I was already kind of used to it. So it was just an aptitude of mine, you know. But like you just said, I couldn't come to terms with defending people that I knew were guilty.
Yeah.
Was this at all from seeing maybe other students that you were with or other people who were already in sort of the field of law, practicing
Yes,
it?
and them being very unscrupulous about it and having very little morals and almost no ethics. And I you know, maybe it's a weakness, maybe I'm flawed as a result of it, maybe I'm not as strong as the next person for it, or maybe I'm stronger. Because to me, honor and principle and dignity and truth are meaningful. I give a shit. And some people use it as a calling card. Me, I try to actually live that way.
Yeah.
And so I need to be able to wake up every morning, able to live with myself.
Yeah.
Right.
So as long as I'm at peace and I've not done anything or said anything that I feel I need to hide, then I have.
And I feel like that understanding of like yourself and of life at like such a young age when you're like deciding to like what career you want to go into, it makes sense that it would come with so much depth given what he had already been through in life at that point.
I have nothing to hide.
Yeah. I think choosing truth and being true to yourself over money and power, I don't think that's weak in any
Thank
way.
you.
So there.
Right.
So there you go. Before Disturbed, it said you ran your own healthcare facility.
Mm-hmm.
Really?
3 of them, actually.
3. Okay. What kind of healthcare are we talking about?
The first one was a long-term care facility, like a nursing home,
Okay.
On a ridge that I was actually the assistant administrator for. That's where I learned the business.
Okay.
Interesting.
It was interesting because as I had decided to not pursue law, a colleague of mine let me know about the opening that there was for an assistant administrator position in this one facility.
Okay.
And I had always kind of gravitated somewhat towards, that world to an extent because my family already had a history in it, as you read from my father.
Yes.
And so I figured, all you really needed to have was a bachelor's and some a business degree to at least get your foot in the door. Okay, I went, I interviewed 40, 50 applicants, I got it, learned the business from the ground up, started in maintenance and learned every single
Really
aspect of
started
it.
from the bottom.
Literally.
All right.
And then a year after that, I got my administrator's license and I moved on to my own facility, which is called Ambassador Nursing and Rehab on Lawrence in Chicago. And I was there for a couple of years. They ended up firing me because at the time I was quote unquote embezzling money to support the Disturbed machine, which, what was it? I was using their FedEx account and their postage stamp machine in the office to put out the Disturbed mailing list and send out promo packs to the labels and so on and so forth, because the band couldn't afford it, and truth be told, as I was already making them a $2-3 million a year profit, and they weren't giving me any bonuses. I'm like, fuck it. Okay, I'm going to use your office account to go ahead and try and get what I really want to do for a living and what my life's passion is out there. They ended up letting me go. But it's okay, because a month later, because I had been doing so well at the facility and doing such a good job for them, it's like they were, I'm not going to beat a dead horse on that, but anyway, I ended up moving up to a 365-bed skilled nursing facility in Niles, Illinois. That was incredibly skilled. I mean, they had a subacute wing, a lockdown unit, and I mean, we would take patients directly post-op. I mean, it was very high level of skill. So it was, that was the most challenging And I only was there for a few months because that was when we got our deal.
Gotcha. Were you mailing anything from that new facility?
No, I didn't need to anymore.
Okay, good. Well, it worked out for you. And no multi-million-dollar lawsuit for a couple of stamps.
No.
All right, I guess that's part one. Oh, there's one with Corey. Wow. When was this done? This was 8 years ago. Jesus. There's a part 2 where there's like more questions and stuff like that. But that is fascinating to hear this stuff about. It feels like he has lived so many lives so far. And honestly, that kind of like makes sense. Gotta make sense how that works. Anyway, if you guys want a part 2 of this, of the second part, I don't know how many parts there are, then let me know down in the comments below. If you guys aren't already subscribed to the channel, please hit that subscribe button and the notification bell. It's a notification. Have some time. Post a reaction video. I'm posting another Disturbed reaction on Friday. And we have a bunch. And there's a whole playlist that will be at the end of this video. And there's a bunch of places we can see it. So, you guys have a wonderful morning, noon, or night. Wherever you are in the world, you're loved by me, and I'll see you later. Alligator, after a while, crocodile, bye-bye. Very fastly. All right, David. All right, David. Cutting him off. Don't want to cut David off, you know.